Hello everyone, in this video I want to show you how to use the infrared remote control shield for Arduino to control three different devices. In this case, an Xbox One, TV, and fan. So I have programmed each of the buttons to do something different. With the button on the right, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my fan. So that is the power button. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now. I programmed the button on the left to turn on my TV. So let's go ahead and wait for the TV to turn on. And I have programmed the button in the middle to be used as my home button for the Xbox One. And the other buttons, I have programmed them for navigation of the Xbox One. So right now my Xbox One is on and my TV is also on. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate through the menus. And I don't know if you can see it. I think the TV might be too bright, but you don't need a Kinect to navigate through the menus. Although I have one, since the receiver is in the Xbox One. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of the games that I have here. So now I'm going to press the home button to go back home again. And I'm going to navigate around. So let me go ahead and see what I have here. I'm going to go to Snap. So as you can see, you can navigate through the menus, but you cannot use it as a gaming controller. It's only used for media menus. So that's how this works. I will be posting a link in the description of this video to where you can buy the shield. Now let me go ahead and show you the code that you need to program the shield. This is the library that we developed for the shield. It's hosted in GitHub, and I will post a link to every website that I show you here. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and download this library and put it in your Arduino's library folder. And in that library we have several examples. So if you go to it, you will see the examples here. The one that I use to control my Xbox One, TV, and fan is this one. We have one example which is used to decode signals from remote controls. So that will be the IR receiver dump. And this sketch, I actually have it uploaded to my Arduino right now. So let me go ahead and show you how that one works. So I'm going to go ahead and open it, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my TV's remote control, press the power button and point it to the receiver on the shield. So the receiver, this is the receiver, so that's where I will be pointing it to, and I'm gonna go ahead and press the button. So notice that I get an NEC code. This is the infrared protocol that my control uses. This is the code in hexadecimal. This is the raw code. So what I did to make my button be used as my TV's power button, I copied this code and I assigned it to the X button on the shield. So this is how you assign codes to the buttons on the shield. So if you can see here, the buttons are clearly labeled X, Y, Z, up, down, left, right, select. So this is how you would assign codes to different buttons. Now, of course, there will be some remotes that do not conform to any particular protocol, or they might not be recognized by any protocol that the shield can recognize. In that case, you will receive a raw code. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the remote for my fan control, which is not recognized by any protocol, but you will see that I still get a result. So once again, I'm going to grab the fan's remote control and point it to the receiver, press the button. So notice here that it says unknown encoding. So what you can do is you can take the raw code, but the first thing you need to do is you need to remove the first element that you're given in the raw code. So get rid of this number entirely, and also get rid of the negative signs in each of the numbers. So what you can do is you can make an array with the raw code that you're given, like I've done here. So I removed the first element, removed the negative signs, made an array out of the raw code, and assigned it to my button. For the Xbox One remote, I actually found the code for that remote online. So this is a website where I found the code for the Xbox One home button. And if you are familiar with the NEC protocol, you can see that the code actually translates to the zeros and ones that will give you a hexadecimal number. So for example, we have two short pulses. That's a 0, 0. It's another 0, and if you continue, you will see that eventually you will have some ones in there. So this will be a 1. We have another 1 here, another 1. So if you go ahead and translate that to that binary number to a hexadecimal number, then you will come up with this code eventually. So that's how I assigned my home button for the Xbox One to the Y button on the Shield, and I did the same thing for the navigation buttons. So I went ahead and found the codes here for the buttons that I wanted, and put them and programmed them on the Shield. One thing that you need to know that about the compatibility of this Shield is that it uses the I2C pins to read from the Arduino will use the I2C pins to read from the Shield. So make sure that your Arduino has the two I2C pins above the AREF pin. So in other words, if you flip your Arduino, you will see that it says SDA SCL. So the code that I wrote works for Arduino Uno R3 as well as Arduino Mega 2560 R3. And it should also work with any board that has these two pins and that is 5-volt powered. So it has to use 5-volt logic, and it has to have these two pins. It also has to be AVR based if you want to use our library. If it's an ARM based Arduino, then this library will not work, since it uses timers that are native to the AVR architecture. So simply make sure that make sure to check that you have your Arduino board has everything that you need. Otherwise, you'll have to find a library that can receive signals. I think let me go ahead and see. So you will have to find a library that can receive signals on pin 4 and transmit signals on pin 9. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.